Welcome to the Brent and Malcolm Show. I'm Brent Hazard, joined again by Malcolm Johnson. How are you doing, Malcolm?
I'm great, Brent Hazard.
Well, let me go ahead and say this. This is what makes... Because a couple weeks ago or last week, I was on 5 straight different shows.
Yeah.
You invited me on the Kim Wade show.
You're the man.
I'm not the man. Then I was honored to be on Gerald Mumford's show.
Yes.
Which I think Gerald was just being polite. Then he overbooked. But it turned out we had a group in there.
Yeah.
I got to meet his older brother.
Y'all had a choir.
Well, yeah. And then Supervisor Gavin showed up. It was a nice, and look, I was trying to dip because you know as when we're on media as much as you want everybody to talk, but there was another nice guy named Jameson there. It was a super nice group, but say all that to say that Mr. Love, I usually give out cookies and stuff and cakes for the circuit clerks and the court deputies. This is the one time we can legally bribe them. And you got to make sure you take care of the staff at the court who takes care of you. But I get a call and it says, instead of bringing us cookies, we need a small microwave.
Oh, wow.
So I was bringing a microwave instead of going with the Primo's cookie trays for the Hinds County Courthouse. And Mr. Love was coming out. Said he's a big fan of the show. He held the door for me. Now, Mr. Love, I told you then, I'm going to say it now. I had a problem with Mr. Love. He's wearing a Cowboys hat and me being a lifelong Steelers fan. But he helped me go into the courthouse. I want to give him a shout out, but he wanted me to tell you hello.
Good evening, Mr. Love, and whoever you are, Mr. Love, man, listen, Brett Hazard is off the chain, brother. He's not doing no work at the law office. He's just radio showing, and he's PRing the hell out of the PR.
No, the problem is, you laugh. The problem is I've been the best attorney either in court or on paper.
Yeah.
And if no one knows your name and doing all that,
it ain't no good.
It's no good.
That's
you
right.
got to market. And then you realize...
When you say that again, a lot of people don't understand it. They think you just go to law school and you get rich.
Oh, no, well, it's like anything. You could be the best AC repairman. You could be the best IT guy.
Yeah.
You could be the best mechanic.
That's right.
And if you're not marketing yourself, you're doing... Now, and let me go ahead and say this. If anybody's watching this show and they want some free advertising, we want to promote Hinds County and City of Jackson.
That's right.
So, always. So if you want us to give you a shout
Something
out, positive.
I ain't going with nothing negative.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got to be. If we drop by now, let me go ahead and say, who's that spot? And I got to Google them. Across from old Scrooge's in Virginia College, I'll clean your car.
What? The gas station where the taco truck is.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, they
need to run for mayor. that crew.
They get you in and out.
Man, not only that, man, they in there scrubbing.
But guess what?
I gotta get.
I'm glad you said it, brother. And the car wash in Clinton, you know the one in Clinton.
Yeah.
The one out on Clinton Boulevard.
Yeah.
They used to have cars lined up, man, like they were selling drugs over there, and they took their price up to $49.99. Now you can get a front row seat.
Outpriced it. But yes, if you know someone's going on, in the metro area, and you want to, look, you always need a guy.
That's right.
You always need or a woman. Let's not be. But when you need something repaired, you need to call this guy.
That's right.
And that's what we're looking for is people that you have found that give you a good deal, that maybe work with you.
Yeah.
Nothing like a good mechanic would be like, look, can you get it replaced? Oh, I can't afford replacing it.
Well, let me say this also. And if you out, you're getting ready to run for office or maybe need some good commercials done, maybe for your personal business, or maybe you just need some work done, some producing work, there's a team right here at We Believe Studio. If they could take Malcolm Johnson, Leon Jones.
Well, you've got a social media video out where you're playing an assistant coach.
Yeah, I'm playing the head coach of Colorado.
Up a little bit, and it was shot here.
It was shot by the staff. Yeah. Miss Ariel. Yeah. Miss Ariel, if I'm pronouncing it right.
Ariel.
And
like Little Mermaid. That's who she named after.
Oh man, no, I ain't gonna call her the Little Mermaid.
No, that's what she was named after. She's young.
She's a sweet lady.
Yeah, everybody knows that. Everybody was
and also her sidekick.
Yeah.
What's the sidekick name, Brent?
Her side.
You don't know the guy name, the way you wear the hell out the guy, man.
I don't know if I'm going to refer to him as sidekick.
Sidekick, man. They work together. One hold the camera, one hold the mic.
Well, which one of us is the sidekick?
I'm your sidekick.
Is that
not your side piece? Not side piece, but your sidekick. That's the difference.
I show up.
But anyway, they do good work.
They do great work. I show up here and I just find out who's on the show. It's one of them deals where.
What is his name?
You mean Dez?
Dez. That's what I was trying to say. I didn't want to get it wrong, bro. I'd rather not say nobody's name than say the wrong thing. I'm finna call him Derek. Dix. Okay, Dix and Ariel. If anyone out there needs some commercials done, maybe they church want to do something for social media or maybe do it for TV, I promise you they can do it. You know what? Anytime they can take a skinny little me, anytime they can take a little bit of skinny me, Brent, and make me look like a big old fat white man with a cigar on video, they good.
I've got my phone. You got my phone blowing up right now. But in all honesty,
yes, sir.
What did you think about? Now, I mean, for those who do not know Dex, I was looking for his. He goes by Fats Domino No.
Wow.
On Instagram, he actually can sing.
Really?
Yeah.
That
guy. Dex, can you sing?
I dibble dabble a little bit.
When are we gonna get you to sing on the show?
Next week I'll bring my guitar and I'll sing on your show for you.
Oh,
are you
wow.
gonna back out?
No.
Wow.
He can sing.
I mean, I'm talking about the good stuff.
Wait. Let's see. Okay, let me say this. So let's get our dirty laundry aired out. Okay, I didn't want to go here. Dex, I was a little mad at the production quality y'all put on his video and you don't put on my podcast. So let me just go ahead and air that out. Would you like to respond?
No, man.
Okay.
Wow, man.
It was good. It was great. I mean, besides Leon having his shirt off, is it on your
That's
Facebook?
Slim, man.
You
got to call him Slim, bro.
Ain't nothing slim.
That's Slim time.
It's Slim 20 years ago. Okay. And look, I'm 50. My shirt's staying on. Okay. There was a time when the shirt would stay on.
Boy,
those days are over. But you don't see me running around with my shirt off thinking I'm 20. Someone needs to age gracefully.
Let me say this.
Go ahead.
There's a young lady on Facebook who I love dearly.
Okay.
And her name is Miss Janice Adams, also known as Miss Wild.
Hello, Miss Wild.
Good evening, Miss Wild. She's always cocked and listening to the 5 o'clock
Well, the best
hour.
thing about Janice is her husband, Wild and Brown. Shots fired.
If you need a good DJ for some Christmas parties,
Andy Brown.
all you got to do is go on Facebook and holler at Janice Adams. And I promise you, Wild Man going to show up, and guess what he going to do? He going to have his own system. I heard a DJ one time, brother. You won't believe what he came with.
Yeah.
Nothing but a computer. I said, what your speakers?
That's a new world order.
Well, I didn't have a sound, man. I was a DJ. so listen, if you get a Christmas party, don't just show up with a computer. Okay. Bring your Wild Man gonna have speakers. He gonna have a truck. He gonna have everything.
Here's the deal, and you know as well as I do, and it's one of the things where we're getting, and not to take shots at younger people, but as my dad used to say, the days now, you couldn't get on the internet and blow up. Randy is of that generation where you had to go to this bar.
Yeah.
Or you had to go to this, wedding. Or you had to go over here. He's probably got, thousands upon thousands of performances, and you can't teach that.
Yeah, you're right.
And it's the same thing that we're trying to teach people here. We were talking about bringing in interns on Gerald Mumford's show. You've got to get people involved, whether you're hiring us or you're trying to get a show here or just get some airtime. You've got to get people involved in public speaking. Well, let me ask you this. How did you get so comfortable with the gift of gab?
That's a great question.
That's why I asked it here.
God, I got to go to Deion Sanders now. God did that, brother.
Okay, I was going to say, what is Deion Sanders?
No, I'm saying God did it. He said God brought him James State, so God brought him.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I was like, Deion didn't have a damn thing to do with you being able to talk. You ain't going to be like, Deion came to me in Jackson and put hands on me. I used crazy, man. And all of a sudden, I am now on every radio show. But anyway, let's more serious note.
Yeah.
You see where Mike Leach passed.
Yes, man, very sad. Big loss for the state of Mississippi. But I said on this show several weeks ago that before Deion did leave, I did say if Leach leave, he would be on his way to Stark Vegas. I said that on this show.
No, I mean, look, it would have been an interest. One, our condolences out to Mr. Leach's family. And for those who do not know, the coach of Mississippi State basically revolutionized the passing game where 20, 30 different teams run a variance of his quote-unquote air raid offense.
Right.
And what it was he got tired of running into 300-pounders, and he just started dinking and dunking. I knew him early on. He was he would come over to the Delta, take on Delta State with a team, him and Hal Mumia, a coach that was at Belhaven. And they started the air raid attack, and they would light Delta State up, Valdosta State. And they led the nation in passing. Then they
Mississippi College played them for a national championship.
Correct.
3-0.
Yeah,
and then later Mississippi College lost the title.
Okay. What year?
That was 1987.
That was before.
MC won the national championship. You remember that, right?
Yeah.
And then 5 years later, they took the championship. That Fred McAfee didn't supposed to play or something. He was an ineligible player or something. Some crap. Yeah. It was something.
Oh no! One of my grandparents' best friends, Harry Vickery, was a big alum involved in that.
Wow!
And in getting that team some support, but no, Leach went to Kentucky, then he went to Oklahoma, then he, Texas Tech. But
that's where that's where the offense went crazy in Texas Tech.
But I mean, most of the quarterbacks you see now or any college run some sort of variation.
Jackson State had an offensive coordinator that coached T.C. Taylor.
Yeah.
And Robert Kent. His name was John Shannon.
Okay.
And guess who he come from? He come from out of Mike Leach.
Yeah.
They brought the throwing game to Jackson State. And, I mean, they was like $4.95 a game in the air, brother.
No. I mean, the only other offense that passes like that, which JSU also had a disciple of, was June Jones, and Timmy Chang was y'all's offensive coordinator. But it was that was the run and shoot.
The run and shoot. Y'all remember that, yeah.
But one, he was 61. All it says is, look, you got to get to the doctor. You got to start dieting. You got to start taking care of yourself. You got to live the day like it's your last. You can't be getting angry.
Yeah.
At this time when it's kind of dead, get to your doctor. Now, do you get vaccinated?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Man, Brent, let me say this.
Okay.
I got this take up for Coach Leach. Coach Leach was also an attorney.
Yeah. Well, he had a law degree.
He had a law degree. Yeah, he had finished law school.
Pepperdine.
Yeah.
One of the most expensive law schools ever.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So he was not a fool.
No.
So I
he was
know
very smart.
it was God called him home. His health, it was out of his control.
Well,
I want to put that out there. I know it ain't no damn way this man been to law school and accomplished air raid.
Wait. There's a lot of lawyers that are not in good health.
I know, but I just know his mindset was more intelligent than not to take care of that.
I mean, look, I've got to go. We've got to get annual checkups. We got to make sure we're as we get older. I have to remind myself I'm trying to do some fasting. It's just not like we were 18. I mean, we all can't be Leon taking our shirts off and be in denial, calling ourselves slim. That's all I'm saying.
You crazy.
Hey, Leon. But anyway, moving on, while we're talking about Christmas and all this is going, go ahead.
Don't leave that subject. Do you think Mississippi State going to win the bowl against Illinois? I think Illinois ought to kneel. That's what I think.
Well, no, I mean, you got you don't know how someone's going to handle that, whether it's going to inspire them or whether it's going to depress them. Oof. You don't know right now. Let's be honest. In the world of NIL and transferring, you don't know whether you're going to. Or I think coaches are going to take advantage of that. But I mean, the thing about it is Mississippi State had the #1 defensive coordinator in a lot of people's eyes, and they've already. Made him interim. I think he slides into the head coach.
Quietly.
Texas wanted him. Auburn wanted him. He's a great defensive coordinator. But also for recruiting, I mean, your first signing day is December 22nd, 23rd. It's
next
crazy.
Week. Yeah.
And you've got to get recruiting. That's why the Deion Sanders issue is so. You wonder how many people are leaving with him. And it's the same way with coaches. I mean, USC basically brought their coach and the Heisman Trophy winner from Oklahoma as a package deal, and they lost 2 games this year. Yeah. So, I mean, the way we knew it, where you're going to have these guys for 4 years and you're going to get to know it, that's gone.
Yeah, that's gone.
Now, back to your question, I think they win just because I think the SEC's, I always take the SEC against other conferences, but sometimes those players start declaring for the NFL. Sometimes those players are disappointed, sometimes. And like I said, there's going to be some negotiations going on. You don't want to get hurt. You don't know. It's just a new world order. What do you think is going to happen in bowl season? Well, let me ask you this. Does Jackson State win their bowl game coming up Saturday with what's going on?
Now, I really believe that the emotions are going to be high. I think it's just the idea of Hunter not returning next year and going on the field.
Has he already announced?
Well, he ain't announced, but Deion announced that he's coming with him, so that's enough. Coach Prime did announce, but I believe it's going to be mixed emotions. And I'm going to be honest with you. If I was gambling in Vegas, I would probably say Jackson State be in trouble Saturday. Not because they're not the best team, but because it's a lot of emotions rolling right now.
Well, no, and that's what people don't understand, and it's what happened last year with Jackson State, I believe. It's a different coaching style. When you're coaching week to week, you got everybody's attention. You only have so many days. When you have 4 weeks or 3 weeks or 2 weeks off,
big difference.
It's hard to keep that mentality, like you said, and then, people are looking at transferring, Ole Miss State, Delta State, everybody's looking to transfer now. So it's hard to keep their focus if you're not on the quote-unquote biggest title. Now, they're going for the biggest title for them, but it's one of those situations where it'd be so hard. And we're not talking about you got finals.
Yeah.
We're not talking about travel plans for fam. We're not talking about any of that.
Yeah.
We're talking about they're wondering who. Now, did they make a hire or not?
Yeah, they hired T.C. Taylor.
Okay.
Who played at Jackson State, played quarterback, wide receiver from Macomb, Mississippi. Who the alumni wanted him to be the coach years ago.
Really?
Yeah, he was 3 coaches ago.
Okay.
When Carmody left, they wanted T.C. Taylor.
And why is that?
Homegrown, Jackson State love homegrown coaches. Big Daddy Carson and Coach Hugh Jug from the Edition right there. All those homegrown guys. So that's just some of W.C. Gordon right off Maple Street. Those just homegrown coaching. That's what they believe in.
First thing that comes to my mind when you said that, at the academic side, you're not supposed to hire your own. But it means that you're supposed to go outside and hire like Arizona, Harvard, Oregon, and get a different flavor.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that, or do you disagree with that? In a general principle.
Well, this is what I believe in. I believe you hire the best man.
Okay.
If you're losing, you need the best man.
Okay.
If you're winning and he leave, you better go get another good man. I don't believe in that kinship and friendship and making deals with what's best for the program.
Now
I don't believe in it.
Okay, let me ask you this. Now, you might not be able to answer this in your current position. Do you think when we're talking about $1 million contracts, whether we're talking about water, because they brought in a gentleman, where's he from? They brought in a water czar.
EPA, that's federal government.
Yeah, but he's from Virginia, maybe?
Yeah, he's from the East Coast.
I didn't see any Mississippians on there. He brought his crew in, just like if I took you up to Milwaukee or L.A., you'd bring your crew with you.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think a couple of Mississippians should have been involved in that? Because you're talking about a $400,000 package for him.
This is what I believe. I believe that the most qualified people to get the ship sailing again should have been at the table, especially when something is broken or gone or could be going down.
Yeah.
So I believe that we don't have time to patch it up with a rubber band or a cigarette lighter to put the tape over, and we don't need that. What we should need to do is put the best in there to reserve the situation.
And the reason I ask you that, if we're going to bring Jackson back, or if we're going to bring the metro area back, right now one of the assets they have is public contracts. Should the public contracts of Hinds County, City of Jackson, or in the metro area, should it be weighted for people who live in Hinds County, or should we look at best? Because I've heard some people get contracts maybe, and I'm just making some areas up, from Philadelphia, Mississippi, or from the coast.
Florida.
Yeah. Should we just take that stance, or should we weigh? Not completely, but if it's neck and neck, and you're from Hinds County and I'm from Washington County, should they give you the contract? Understanding.
But this is what I believe in that area, and I believe you have a percentage, a business in any situation, any government situation, and I believe that a percentage should be for the home area.
Okay.
Meaning that. If it's a whole apple and you got 4 slices, 2 slices should be guaranteed that someone from home area should be able to get this job. Cool. Now, you got 2 apples left, right?
Yeah.
So when you open up the other half and you from Greenville, all right, I'm not saying you don't qualify, but I think then it should be opened up for the most qualified person from everywhere.
Yeah, and
No, look. Because home people put money back into the city, the county, the state. I'm finna give you a good example. Every time there's an event, who do people want to call? Richard Schwartz.
Yeah.
Okay? But then when there's some things Richard Source could be a part of, what they go to, well, we need minorities, so we need this, we need that. Well, that's right. You do need it, but you also need to know, hey, when something going on, when the sponsorships, I said it last week with Richard Schwartz.
Yeah.
I said that, Mr. Schwartz, nothing we can do about Dion, but I thank you for sponsoring touchdowns, first downs, flags, and everything. Every time at the stadium they made a play, they'll say, this was brought to you by Richard Schwartz and Associates. Am I right?
No,
And that's money. You don't get on that screen because you're a white man. You get on that screen because you're writing checks, okay, brother?
Well, the bottom line is, especially for that, as you know and some people know, Reggie's family, one of their core customers in the retail shop in Kings Taylor, was the African American community. And let's be honest, as honest can be, a lot of people, some white people had trouble shopping with the Jewish folks back in the day. Yeah. And Reggie's always had a soft spot for the African American community in Jackson. And that's why he's always made sure to hit that.
But I understand.
Oh, totally.
But when you in position, you're supposed to say, wait a minute. You're supposed to say, wait a minute. Now, Mr. Schwartz gives back to this community. When there's festivals going on, Jackson State, when Tougaloo, I'm pretty sure he do the same thing for Tougaloo College. But when people are saying, hey, we want some tables bought, Richard Schwartz and Associates say, I want to be a part of the community. So we need to make sure that people that's giving back are not left out in the business part of government.
Well, we're going to take a break right now, and we will be right back to talk about what we can do economically as the new year begins and a recession might hit to help Jackson and help the metro area. We'll be right back. It's the Brent and Malcolm Show.
SocratesGarrettENT.com is a diversified firm specializing in recycled aggregates and crushed concrete. SocratesGarrettENT.com's recycled materials provide the construction industry with significant economic and environmental benefits by recycling clean concrete rubble into M.Dot grade rock materials. Recycled aggregates and crushed concrete can be applied to driveways, road construction, bank protection, parking lots, general bulk fills, and more. For more information, please call 601-896-0084 or visit us online at SocratesGarrettENT.com.
Hi, I'm Q Talicia Garrett. I am here to introduce our New South Development and Training Outreach Hour every Tuesday at 2 p.m., giving you information on how to become a part of the programs through USDA and Farm Service Agency. We can be reached at 678-779-9468. We can also be found online at newsouthoutreach.com.
SGECOVIDsolutions.com is paving the way forward for a safer city government delivering cutting-edge biosecurity and biosafety protocols developed internationally by top virologists and scientists using an all-natural cleaning solution, killing COVID-19 on contact like no other product on the international market. For more information, please call 1-800-281-9080 or visit us online at SGECOVIDsolutions.com. Let SGECOVIDsolutions.com provide innovative rapid facilities testing and world-class state-of-the-art biorisk safety protocols for all of your coronavirus needs. Call 1-800-281-9080 or visit us online at SGECOVIDsolutions.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Malcolm Show. At one point, we're going to change the graphics. At one point. But now, my question to you, Malcolm, as the year wraps up, everyone's talking about a recession coming.
Oh, yeah.
What does, with us not having water, with us having high crime rates, what are some of the things you would like to see, or in your opinion, would help the downtown Jackson or Hinds County's economy? Is there something we can do? Because, I mean, we have to be, they're talking about in Europe, you know, like Britain now is about to go broke. And not only do we have to worry about our economy, we have to worry about how those international economies like Ukraine, Russia affects us. Mm-hmm. What are some of the things you could do, you think we could do to bring, to upgrade or to build the Jackson economy?
Well, first of all, Brett, that's a great question. The first thing we're going to have to do is get a halt onto crime. Capitol Police is doing all they can to try to get the crime down for Christmas, because if people snatching purses and people robbing, Who's going to spend money? Who's going to go to charge if they rob and if they snatch the purse?
Ain't nobody coming.
So the first thing we got to do is get our crime under control. And I believe that the legislature got a good plan together. Listening to our Sheriff Tyree Jones at the last Hinds County Board of Supervisors meeting, I heard him say that he had been working with the Capitol Police, and they got some hiring that they're expecting to do.
Look, here's what I don't understand. And you and I have got this relationship. Maybe it's just because I'm white. Let's get it out there. When I don't care if I'm running the wishbone, the air raid. I don't care what my offense is. If I got a stud, I'm going to feed the stud.
That's right.
Or an asset, I'm going to provide. We got this defensive tackle here. He's going to play every snap. Tyree Jones looked to be like one of the assets of Hinds County. Why aren't we giving more to him? Since we have a crime problem, and it looks like to me we have a terrific sheriff, why aren't we just giving him more assets and let him handle it?
Well, to be honest with you, you have to be on the inside to understand. And that is that, when something falls and it starts falling, it's hard to do what?
Stop it.
Slow it down from continue to go drop further and further
momentum.
Down. The momentum, there you are. It's easy to it's easy to tear something down, but it's hard to do what?
Build it back up.
So what he have inherited is a lot of, he came in up under the federal decree.
Yeah.
He come up under that just got killed in Brandon a week 2 before he become the sheriff.
I mean, the federal
government
lost
the jail.
Yeah, he's got the jail. Well, I mean, he
took over jail that was already finna get taken over.
Already.
So what we saying is the resources, that word that I'm trying to say, when something been abandoned.
Yeah.
The abandonment was already there when him, David Archie, I'm gonna say Credell, Vern got in. All that was already going on.
No. There's no doubt. You can't blame that. And look, as much as we talk about I talk about the mayor. Yeah. You've got to give him some excuse or some.
Hold on. You say who?
The mayor.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
No. The reason is all this didn't happen overnight.
Hold on. You can't bring that propaganda, brother. The water plant was operating well when Tony Yarborough left being the mayor.
Okay,
and I did not support Tony Yarborough. Okay. But I can tell you this, that damn water plant was ran by Timothy Liddell. He was ran by a guy named Plows. And heard the story. I ain't got to go through all that, okay? That water plant was going.
No, but
infrastructure and water.
Time. And it happened in Greenville. Greenville said, we don't want Delta State. Greenville said, we don't want Tyson. They didn't want Delta State because
but they got a casino.
No, they didn't want it. But no, Greenville. My family was actually going to own part ownership in the first casino in Mississippi.
Really?
My dad came home. I said, "How did the vote go?" He said, "Your grandmother and First Baptist voted it down."
Oh man!
And you talking? He wasn't angry. It was my mom's mother. It was just, what else can I do?
You know what, Brent? I'm glad you said that. If it weren't for Congressman Benny Thompson, Washington County wouldn't look good as it looked.
Oh, no, look.
Do you agree with me?
Look.
He do a lot up there for y'all.
Now, let me say this. And look, I've told the story 1,000 times about Benny Thompson meeting my mother and winning over a white Republican. And that's, hey, you went over Mama. You go a long way. Because I didn't think Mama could have been won over by a Democrat at the time. But with that said, I do hold Benny Thompson accountable for, in my opinion, what's killing the Delta and it's starting to kill Jackson.
What's that? Is
the farmers up in the Delta getting subsidies. I don't see us bringing in new talent in Jackson. I don't see us helping new talent grow or come here. Now, let me ask you this, and we're going to play a game I used to play on WNPR. Am I right or am I racist? If we have a school that's a D rating or below, should we not have that school go to school on Saturdays?
If we have a school with a D rating, we need to be shutting the doors and getting them in a better school to try to do what?
But to get it up. But what I'm saying is we can keep on moving the talent at some point, like with Jackson, JPS. I know there's some schools in JPS doing well.
Yeah.
But some. Yeah. But what I'm saying is if we get kids in school, if they're behind, give them an extra day of work to catch up.
Yeah.
It would help their academics. It would help crime. It will help their self-esteem.
Yeah.
And of course, you would have to have a PE component, give them something to do. I think a lot of the crime issues is not having a proper structure. Am I racist or am I right?
Well, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah, it structures that goes along. It takes structure in the church.
Correct. And that's why
Football team got to be structured.
Well,
This studio got to have structure,
yes.
man.
And I mean, it just seems like, okay, should we, and we've talked about this, I don't think I've ever addressed it with you, should we move the zoo over there where the museums are?
The zoo should have been over there 10 years ago.
Okay.
And matter of fact, Kenny Stokes got a meeting tonight at 6 at Cornerstone Missionary Baptist Church. Get over there. He want to talk about the hiking water bills. I know it's going to be a packed house over there tonight. And Brent, you ought to go over there with me, bro.
Well, hey, man.
And they going to be over there tonight, brother, 6 o'clock when we leave here.
I've already got my second suit about that. I don't want to.
You want another one?
Well, no, I have to be careful with Kenny Stokes because he's technically getting sued by me, not the
Lord.
city over the water bills. So we have to be careful of that.
Yeah, you're right.
But I'll be out there answering your questions and doing a little deposition. Now, but no, I mean, seriously, are we just bound to be last in Jackson economically?
Well, the real problem is excuses. I have heard several campaigns. Victor Mason had a campaign say, no more what?
Excuses.
No more excuses. And what we have now is people giving excuses and not enough answers. And when the excuses come, what happens is nothing follows it. No work, no action. The Bible even tell you faith without works is what?
Dead.
Okay, so
if producer help
listen. If faith without works is dead, if you got an excuse, what's coming behind it? Nothing.
But I mean, I guess what I'm trying to figure out, in your opinion,
Blame game. Thank you, Kim Lewis.
how much of it's racist attitudes? How much of it just cities die? And how do we address that?
Everybody got a race card, okay?
Okay, no,
It's time for that card. It's time for that card to be put back in the deck, shuffle up, and throw that card out the window, and try to get this community better.
And you're
Economically, we are suffering, man.
and no doubt, okay. And to me, the biggest this is my issue. We're just accepted it. You can't tell me if Biloxi had the water issues we had, that Biloxi's people wouldn't be pounding down that door.
Have you been to Biloxi lately?
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Oh, totally.
Oh, yeah.
You can't tell me
67 is beautiful, bro.
Well, you can't tell me Tupelo if they had the water issue. And I'm talking about, to me, it's a 2-year issue.
Yeah. Crime controls that. You know why the highway patrolmen leaving in Jackson?
Why?
It's crime.
Okay, what's your position on the Capitol Police expanding? Because there's been accusations at the town halls that they're racist.
Now, this is what I'm finna do. I'm finna do just like Sheriff Tyree Jones said. He said that he gonna stick to the county, let JPD stick to Jackson. He's gonna let Capitol Police work the area that's been carved out. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stay in my lane with that. I'm gonna try to help the supervisors get some more roads paved, get some of these potholes fixed, get some of these trees, limbs hanging down, and try to get some of these lights put back up that the city is out all over Bailey Avenue and is out all around Jackson State. That's what I'm working on, trying to get some infrastructure that's gonna benefit the people's lives day to day. I'm gonna let Tyree Jones be the sheriff. I'm gonna let James Davis be the chief. I'm gonna let Willie Owens be the fire chief, and I'm gonna let Mr. Perkins, Joey Perkins, run the OC.
Well, I'll say it as a ex-Hinds County prosecutor. One of the most frustrating things, and let me go ahead and say this:
they want you to run for mayor, man. I just got a text.
Everybody wants me to run for mayor.
I agree. They say Brent should run for either city council or mayor. That's what they say.
No, look, I appreciate people who say that. One, I'd get 2 votes. 2, man, you know I'd cuss people out.
Brother, that's what they want.
No, I'm not. And then more importantly, I have been working on suffering fools well. I do not suffer fools well. I do not understand laziness. I don't understand entitlement. And look, one of the reasons you're sitting here right now, because why that video y'all shot's got 10,000 views in a couple of days. let me just go ahead and say, I told you then when you were telling me, Leon, and you were telling me about it, I was like, I don't see it. And I mean, it's hitting an audience. Of course, I don't really appreciate Martin, so it might be a racial issue. But with that said, you're one of the hardest working people in Hinds County. And whenever you see me, you go out of your way to make sure, if it is an event that, you treat everybody the same, but you go out. I hate those people when you go somewhere and you're like, oh, there's Mel. I guess you're like, man, bring all over here, get some chicken, get whatever you want.
Oh yeah.
and the thing about it is, and then I'm sure someone's going to take in why is it going to be chicken? Because I've never seen you eat sushi before.
You sure ain't. But my little boy love it, man. He said, Dad, go to Kroger, give me some raw sushi. I like, oh my God.
How in Hinds County do we start rewarding hard work?
Well, what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to get a hold on it. We just got you talking about the excuses, right?
Yeah.
And what we're going to have to do where people working hard and they want clean communities is put more resources there to make them happier and try to get those people to stay. The business owners, like out by Target, that the shopping center, across from Target, there's a restaurant that's out of business, what I'm talking about, beside the big hotel.
Oh, which one?
It used to be.
You're not talking about. It's not Red Lobster. You're talking about that. Is the New
left for
Orleans
Target?
place? Yeah,
Huh?
the New Orleans place.
Not the New Orleans place, but the left Logan's. Logan's is gone. And what we're gonna have to do when we lose Logan's, we're gonna have to do something to get somebody in there, brother.
Would you give them tax cuts?
Do whatever we have to do to get businesses to.
Because you could be talking about that whole left side of county line is almost empty.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have to do something,
Circuit City went bankrupt. That's not the city of Jackson. Best Buy left and went to Madison.
Yeah.
What else was over there? Sam's Club went to Madison.
So what we're going to have to do, and I want to say congratulations. We got a new economic board member in Hinds County, Mr. Mark Wise. But what we're going to have to do as people is get out there and get people in these buildings. We're going to have to recruit the hell out of people because these buildings are empty and it's drying up. And if it continue to dry up, the tax base dry up. If Charlie leave 55 and Exxon leave, and what's the place, the breakfast place on the hill right there?
Oh, Broad Street.
And Broad Street go, then 55 is closed because they already shut the hotels down on 55. The state. Oh yeah. Andy Gibson knocked down 3 or 4 hotels, which was an eyesore. Yeah. And now the hotel. Well, speak your truth. Speak your truth, Malcolm. You know what I'm trying to say.
That's called a Freudian slip, ladies.
Oh God, my God.
But go ahead.
But those buildings are eyesores, and something gonna have to be done. Somebody gonna have to go in there and tell these people, hey, you can bring it up to date. Or apply for a grant or get the hell out of here because we're going to tear it down, brother.
Is everybody going to move out of Jackson until Jackson hits rock's bottom and that's the only way it'll grow back?
Well, everybody not going to move out. But what's going to happen is the areas that's so low, it's going to have to be cleaned out to be rebuilt. It's going to have to be revamped. Whether it's revamped and turned into new housing projects, because the old gonna have to go. Okay, have you been on West Street lately?
Oh, bruh, you drive around anywhere. Forget West Street, just go downtown.
Yeah. Because
when I first came here in 2002, you go downtown. It was bumpy. Even in 2002, you had a lot. Of course, I say it's a lot of tort reform. We've got to get out and vote. If people in Jackson and Hinds County want things to change, that's the easiest thing to do is start putting some people in place. We've got to start grooming people. We've got to start putting people in office. And it frustrates me. But you go downtown now, you go a block, and you're like, is anybody in this building? And then, they're like, hey, man, I'll give you a good deal over here. And I've told many of people, I'm not going to be the tenant in a 56,000 square foot building where, you
by yourself.
No. The elevator's not going to work.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, someone gets kidnapped, taken to the 6th floor.
Homeless going to be sleeping out there in the hallway.
Because like you said, you save money in going downtown, but then you have to buy security. Yeah. Then you got to pay for parking, nowhere to park. Man, I took my ass to Ridgeland when I had an office, and now I'm back downtown, but it's one of those things where Some of this is just common sense.
Common sense, brother. It's like making cornbread.
It is.
You know going cornbread?
Corn and bread?
Corn, self-rising meal, egg,
Obviously,
a little milk and an egg, and you whoop it.
That's why I don't cook.
That's what I'm saying, but it's common sense, brother.
Sure as hell don't cook in Jackson.
You don't put flour in cornbread, dude.
No, let me ask you this. Okay? I don't know what the hell they put in cornbread. I order it from Scrooge's. That's where I get mine. Let me ask you this. That man, the czar of the water czar, said this is the most tested water in the United States. He didn't say there's no lead in it, because there's a disclaimer on the City of Jackson's webpage that said, it's been detected lead. Yeah. Is he saying the lead issue is clear to your understanding or not?
No, he's not. I don't believe he says it's going to take a year. It's going to take about a year for him.
Are you drinking City of Jackson water?
Hell to the no. I'm drinking Kroger water. Kroger water come from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Well, you need to drink some spring water.
That water, that's too rich for my blood, man.
Cousin.
I drunk some of that. It was better than taking a BC.
I tell you what, I get that Deerfield. Man, but I was making tea the other day and went through 2 gallons of water. And I was thinking, this stuff adds up, especially when you're on fixed income. Now, we're going to transition. Well, before we go anywhere, how much should the state contribute either to policing? Let's say a percentage.
Yeah.
What is fair, or what? Because this came up on the Kim Wade show. I'm a redneck. I live out in Rankin County. How much of my tax dollars are supposed to go to Jackson, in your opinion? Or better yet, I'm Rankin County. I could see an argument to say, look, the metro area is tied to Jackson.
I'm glad you asked that question.
If I'm a redneck in Greenville, Mississippi, and I'm paying my taxes, how much is my tax dollars supposed to go to Jackson, Mississippi to help them with their issue?
Well, guess what?
What?
I believe in being fair, and I believe in being straight down the middle. Just like Flowood and other areas of Rankin County get a lot of state help on all those smooth roads on 25. I'm going to tell you, like David Archer told the Speaker of the House. He say, how much money did you give Flowood?
And I'm fine with that.
That's the question he asked. He say, so be fair.
I'm fine with that.
With the poor people in Hinds County.
No,
let's be fair.
I think.
Do you agree?
No, I disagree on that. I think it should
be fair.
I think it should be more. No, I think it should be more because one.
You got to start. So start at being fair, man.
Yes, but what I'm saying is people forget Phil Bryant. How he's not indicted yet, I don't know. When they did some sort of it was a investment map, or it was a zone, Q zone, or what goes zone. There's always some zone where you could do tax free. Phil Bryant took the map, and it was supposed to end at Jackson in Hinds County. He scooched it over to Flowood, and they got the convention center. And they got all that money from the government for all
hotels,
that. And they don't need that.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, you've got to look. I don't care if it's Greenville. I don't care if it's Sharkey.
I think it's a trust issue. And I think a lot of the people that's pretending that they don't trust the leadership in Jackson is doing the same thing. So they paint the picture that the leadership in Jackson is terrible. And it makes them feel good about what they're doing behind the scene.
You mean?
Phil Bryant will tell you quick. When he was the governor, hey, look, he would allegedly say that, hey, this and that and the other, they didn't want doing this in Jackson.
We can't trust the
leadership. Yeah, we can't trust. And then he turned around and got caught up.
$72 million missing.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is, but only thing about your people.
My people.
Yeah, you're right. Who are your people?
The Hazards.
No, sir. The other people.
The Logans.
No, sir.
The Jenkins.
The people from East Tennessee.
Oh, the East
Your
Tennessee.
cousins.
My cousins from East.
What y'all?
Why the hell they got to be from East Tennessee?
Boy, you crazy.
Man, I was born in New Orleans. Where you get out of my hillbilly now?
But listen, Brett. So we want to tell what the statement I'm trying to make clear is that we must come together and must try to get it right. It's time to stop blaming and try to save something. And the state is slowly working everything out of Jackson.
I think the problem is, well, one, you're not going to work. I disagree on that. You're not. And look, they tried.
It's not
Phil Bryant tried to move some stuff to Brandon, and someone's like, dude, this is the Constitution, moron. But I mean, look,
I remember that.
But
too.
yeah, but I mean, let's be honest. Philip Gunn moved some stuff to Clinton. Oh yeah,
tax,
tax.
yeah.
And they
And
moved.
now that's the weed house.
Now they moved to some stuff.
You know what they making out there, right?
weed.
Yeah.
Allegedly, there was one place I don't know that may have got started a little bit early.
Oh man.
And they had to burn some weed, is a rumor I heard. I'm not gonna mention names because I don't have confirmation of it.
Yeah.
But I mean, no, it's like the weed about the weed industry. When the hell are we gonna actually have legal marijuana, medical marijuana in Mississippi? 2040? And I mean, I'm not saying I would take it. I don't think I would. But it's one of those things like, if we're gonna do something, let's do it well.
Well, Brett, if you watched a video with Leon,
Yeah.
Colorado coach promised him 3 things in Colorado:
Dion,
clean air,
clean air.
clean water, and good weed. You didn't hear the video?
I couldn't.
Weed is legal in Colorado.
Look, let me go
No,
ahead.
I'm just letting you know it's legal in Colorado.
No, it was
so
one of
they
the
making
first.
lots of money off
Yeah,
of it.
yeah.
That's why they college got a
Yeah.
$2.1 billion budget.
Do you think the Supreme Court? We used to have the right to put things on the ballot and vote for them.
Uh-huh.
Do you think the Supreme Court took that away from us because of weed, and then the rumor was Obamacare was about to be on the ballot? Do you think that's the reason?
That was all the reason. Yeah.
And
But
that's
they let them vote it on the weed, and then turned around and tried to. They didn't thought it was
killed
gonna
it.
pass.
No, they killed it.
They thought it was. No, they really thought it wasn't gonna pass at first.
Yeah. Because I mean, the bottom line is, as we know, look, I tell people all the time, what you do in your house, if it don't involve animals and children. Now, I mean, you can sacrifice a goat. I don't care. You do whatever you want to, as long as it don't affect over here. I don't care.
Yeah, you ain't sleeping with an animal.
And look, coming from a family of alcoholics, you're not going to keep an addict away from heroin or drugs. You need to send them to treatment.
Yeah.
But when we can't keep drugs out of parchment,
Yeah.
we need to start looking at other ways to address this issue. Now, we got.
How many minutes we got?
We got 10 minutes.
Oh, right. Because I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
I mean, you asked me the question. I want to ask you a question.
Go
What do you
ahead.
think we need to do economically to save Jackson and Hinds County?
You've got to start. Look, business is called SWAT. If you and I are looking at a business, or we're taking over, we believe, or Socrates Garrett Enterprises, because Socrates really understands he needs to give it to people who are better than him. Love Socrates. You do a SWOT analysis. You do strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats.
Gotcha.
Strengths of Hinds County, Jackson, hospitals,
Gotcha.
university colleges. And then you've got
That's right. The medical. The medical. field.
Yeah, the medical.
The medical mall right here. No, there's no food place on Livingston Road.
Oh, well, the thing about it is, we've got to start having Millsaps, MC, Belhaven, and Jackson State Hinds Junior College do things together. Get some synergy, start building better
Relationships
structures for them. Well,
like Dion was doing.
Correct.
Dion was building a relationship with UMC. He was building a relationship with Jackson State along with other.
Are you going to build a statue to Deion Sanders?
Huh?
Are you going to build a statue to Deion Sanders?
No.
I'm just wondering. He was here. Okay. Are you going to buy any Colorado gear?
You want to see the receipt?
I will
You wanna
fight
see the
you.
receipt?
I will fight you if you wear a Colorado.
You gonna be here
shirt.
next week?
I'm going to fight you.
You gonna be here
the whole show.
Hey, listen. Next week, I got a surprise for Brett Hazard. I want y'all to get everybody.
So you double date with your ex-girlfriends after they dump you?
No.
You go out with your ex-girlfriends after they move on?
I'm telling you. You asked me a question. I'm giving you an answer.
asking.
I'm giving you an answer,
Man,
Brett.
when someone dumps you, you move on.
He didn't dump me. I'm not alumni of Jackson State.
I'm sorry.
I'm a supporter.
I thought you were at the game. I don't know if you know this. He dumped the supporters. He dumped the alumni.
No, he didn't.
He dumped the team.
Hey, listen, I want the brother to do well, bro.
I'm not hating on him.
I want him to do well.
But what I'm saying is, it's like these people are like, well, he spoke to me one time in the airport. Oh, Lord. But anyway,
I can't wait till next week, bro.
But we've got to put money. You cannot have crime near the hospitals. You can't have crime near the college.
And the restaurants.
The restaurant.
No, you got the right. And that's what the Capitol Police trying to do.
Correct.
Is get the crime out of the Fondren movie. I was at the bowling alley last night at the Highballer.
Yeah.
And I can say it's a real nice place. Very nice in the Fondren. Never had been there. I was invited there last night, and I attended. And thanks to people that invited me out for a small Christmas gathering. But guess what? If you allow the criminals to start snatching purses,
That's it.
the door is going to be just like the other movie.
Yeah, and I mean,
you got to protect it.
What you're describing,
And
is,
guess what we saw riding by every 3 minutes?
What?
A Capitol Police.
well, yeah, but what you're talking about is the weaknesses of
Yeah.
Hinds County
Yeah.
and Jackson.
Yeah.
You've got to address. We've got, and what it is, I really believe, is the apathy where people don't care or don't think they need. Why aren't you mad at water? Well, this is what we deserve. Why aren't you mad about crime? Well, this is what we deserve.
That's right.
We've got to start having people, whether it's broadcasting on here, advertising their business, we've got to have some people saying we deserve better.
We deserve better.
And if we don't think it,
We got to
that
vote,
way,
and we deserve better.
yes.
And guess what? If you keep doing the same thing over and over, what do you get?
It's insanity.
It's because you get the same
Result.
result. It's not working.
Yeah.
It's not working.
And we've got to address the issue, and we've got to move on. But it's one of those things where, okay, those are my assets right there. But no, when I say we need to invest in county line, people go, well, what about the poor? Then you invest back into poor counties off the taxes you get from county line. You recognize, hey, we're going to show a little love over here, but like every Nissan we open, the bottom 5 or 10 counties should get the first money from Nissan. You've got to balance it.
Yeah.
And right now,
And not just Madison get all the money.
Correct.
Yeah.
And because
like Continental Tires and I went to Clinton Public Schools get all of the taxes off Continental
you got to
Tires.
spread some of that to Sharkey.
Now I believe Hinds County schools, the poorest schools, should have got something. One number 20%.
Yeah,
you could have
just
gave Clinton 75% and them 25%.
Because one, it's not giving away money. It's not being nice to people.
being fair.
It's not even being fair. Comes in October. I don't know what the hell fair is. What I'm saying is the chain is only strong as its weakest link. And we've got to start investing because look, I'm not saying invest in African American businesses.
No.
Because I'm guilty.
No, you're not.
Or because of slave reparations or anything like that. It's the best investment for me. Living in Hinds County, making sure the majority of the population in Hinds County has some investment in it, pays off for me.
That's right. well, hold. It also helped pave streets.
Oh, totally. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
It helped clean ditches. It helped build jails. Am I right?
No, well, the way I would say it is as a citizen of Hinds County, I want to invest in Hinds County businesses. Now, the reality of that is 77% of that is going to be African-American businesses. So I don't care how you get there, but you've got to invest in your home because no one else is. And that's what's so frustrating for me, but there's no plan. No one's coming in and say, like I said, when Baptist is screaming for Obamacare to pass, when Baptist is screaming for Obamacare to pass, we should be behind Baptist as citizens of Hinds County and voting 100% because everybody here, whether it's Mike Leach, he went where after his heart attack?
UMC. They flew him from Starkville to
ambulance.
I heard they flew him.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard they flew him to UMMC.
But that's what I'm saying. If you're in
the
Jackson,
same room that Dion was in.
God, you gotta get over him.
I'm just saying.
He hurt you.
No,
he hurt you.
No, I'm just telling you. Dion was in the.
You cry at night.
No,
what do you play?
Dion was in the university, man.
Do you play a little Phil Collins?
He was there for 2 months.
Do you play a little Phil Collins?
No, man.
That a little talking about true love. Talk about the love you and Dion had.
Hey, Brent, what size you wear, man? I got to get you a Colorado shirt, man.
You're
not wearing a Colorado shirt?
I hope the man well. I'm glad what he came here for. But when I got dumped, brother, delete, block. Ain't no 2 a.m. calls.
Well, Brent, I got a question.
What?
Since T.C. Taylor is the new coach of Jackson State, will you make a commitment tonight that you will go to one football game next year? Because I'm pretty sure the crowd won't be as big as it was when
you know I hate. I don't go to Ole Miss games, so I'm not.
So will you at least go to one game next year?
Watch this. Does that still work?
Oh,
that
man,
still works.
Yeah, and Dion got a 10-year contract with ESPN for swag. Football. Oh, man, so that means you're going to use the remote.
I'll go tailgate.
Why you don't want to go to a game, man?
Man, I don't like standing and then you get around or sitting or whatever. I don't like being around that many people. Dude, I paced through it. You don't see me. When like the last real game I went to, Richie and I were at Ole Miss, and we were winning. I walked to the square, and that's a walk. That's like a 4
Yeah, I've been to several.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm gone. And he's like, where are you going? I was like, I can't. I'm 6'6", so I'm usually, you like that.
Your legs squished up, yeah.
But 2, I don't trust people. I'm looking around. I'm like, okay, we've seen all this. And then if I really am into the game, I can't sit out.
So let's go out with a little bang
ahead.
right quick. I know you did several radio shows last week. Which one did you enjoy the most last week being on?
Oh, it's always mine. I'm the best show in town. Damn. Before we go, though, we got a show coming.
Man, hold on, man. You was on the Kim Wade show, the Gerald Muller show.
The Richard Hash show.
And that was your favorite
show. It's the best show ever. It's the best hour of your week. I won't be on that. I'll be in court tomorrow. So Cedric's taking over tomorrow. But anyway, we missed this, and we're going to get into it next week.
Yeah.
Favorite Christmas movie?
Oh, what's the Home Alone?
Oh, hell no, that ain't it.
Man, I love Home Alone.
We got to end it there. He's wrong.
What's
again.
yours then, buddy?
Christmas movie. See, I'm going to leave that as a hanger for next
Charlie
week.
Brown.
No, hell no. Hey, we're running out of time. We got a show coming up behind us. Yeah, Brent Hazard.
Malcolm Johnson.
See y'all next week.
Thank you.